Hey everyone, here's our latest video update on Tropical Storm Gaemi on this Friday afternoon, October 5th. Continue to watch Tropical Storm Gaemi or Bagyong Marce now moving away from the Philippines and moving across the South China Sea. Was last located approximately 620 kilometers west of Manila, or about 650 kilometers east of the coast of Vietnam. Maximum sustained winds are down to 65 kilometers per hour with gusts of up to 95 kilometers per hour. System has begun to move westward since last night, now moving at a speed of around 15 kilometers per hour. The system continues to battle strong easterly wind shear in this region, and you can see in this latest visible image a classic case of a tropical storm suffering from that strong winds. And you can see the low-level circulation center almost fully exposed here, much of the convection being buffeted to the west by the strong winds, not allowing the system to become vertically stacked, and in turn not allowing Gaemi to really consolidate and strengthen, which is good news for those of the folks here in Vietnam. However, we are still seeing again that strong convective activity, even though it is being displaced. Infrared image still showing that again, cold cloud tops indicative of strong convective activity associated with Tropical Storm Gaemi. The system is pulling far west of Luzon, so not really a threat anymore, and in fact the public storm warning signals have been dropped by Pag-asa. However, the system did leave its mark in this country in the past 2 days here. In fact, we had the report yesterday of the at least one fisherman being lost because of several boats actually were swept away by huge waves in the province of Batangas, and also probably know by now the numerous deaths out here near Boracay when one boat also capsized in this region, and actually also another report here out in the province of Zambales here in central Luzon. Huge waves also destroyed nearly 24 houses erected along the coast. So even though we haven't really seen widespread rains and flooding from the system, waves can certainly do some damage. And speaking of rains now, associated still with the intertropical convergence zone, a stream of thunderstorms have actually continued to persist in the central part of the Philippines from Palawan all the way into Visayas for the past 48 hours. If you actually look at the radar image from Cebu, this is from Pag-asa's Project NOAA, you can see this steady stream of thunderstorms. They are scattered, but some of them can definitely bring heavy rains and even the threat of tornado. It was a report of at least 4 houses being destroyed by a weak tornado out in the Marianas Island yesterday evening. And as you can see, more rains continue to push across the island, even into Cebu, Dumaguete, and also into Bohol, and even into the eastern parts of Visayas out here in southern Leyte. We haven't really seen any heavy rain reports though. Most stations are reporting around 30 to 50 millimeters in the past 24 to 36 hours. That is because these are mainly scattered thunderstorms, although as I said before, still has potential to bring at least heavy amounts of rain in a matter of hours, and also again that threat for tornadic activity and also severe weather. As for the north here in Luzon, looking at the Subic radar, pretty much clear skies in terms of the Doppler radar, not really seeing anything. There may be some scattered thunderstorms once in a while, especially in the afternoon and early evening hours, but clearing weather overall for Luzon, and even down south into Mindanao, not really seeing anything there as well. Back to Gaemi, the subtropical ridge anchored over northern China continues to strengthen, and as we've seen, the system is now moving westward. Now this tropical storm moving westward under the influence of that ridge, and will continue to do so, and could make landfall in Vietnam in the next 48 hours. Looking at the latest forecast track from the Joint Typhoon Warning Center, forecasting this to make landfall here in the central part of the coast of Vietnam by around early Sunday morning or around Saturday midnight, depending on the speed of the system. Will be moving well north of Ho Chi Minh by Sunday. It will weaken to a tropical depression as it moves into Cambodia, perhaps dissipating as a tropical depression over Cambodia by Monday afternoon. But even then, the system is still expected to bring heavy rains as it pushes westward, and also the threat of the moisture from the monsoon still being enhanced by the system by the early part of next week. And we no longer expect significant intensification, and due to that strong wind shear, although still a tropical storm by the time it makes landfall, so still some threat for strong winds and high waves definitely along the coast of Vietnam. But the main threat will obviously be the rains. Now finally, we look at the Japan Meteorological Agency, showing the same forecast, nearly the same forecast here, making landfall in Vietnam by very early Sunday morning, again dissipating as a tropical depression as it moves inland. And finally, we move on to the other tropical, well, not tropical cyclone yet, but disturbance west of the Marianas Islands. This is Invest 99W. This system, not really the system we've been watching, but still a broad area of low pressure that has been persisting in this area for the past 3-5 days now. Remember, we had Invest 97 before. Seems the energy is now concentrated on this area. A focal point is now starting to establish. The low-level circulations that are becoming more consolidated by the hour. System is located roughly around 300 kilometers northwest of Guam. You can see Guam here and the rest of the Marianas Islands. Looking at the latest visible image, the system is still very much disorganized. Nothing in terms of strong convective activity that is located right over the center. Although again, as we've said, the system continues to consolidate, and we are expecting at least favorable conditions to persist in this region for at least another 2 days, allowing the system to consolidate and intensify further. Joint Typhoon Warning Center has now upgraded this system to a medium in terms of its prospects into becoming an becoming a tropical cyclone in the next 24 to 48 hours. And in fact, actually, the Japan Meteorological Agency has now begun to classify this as a tropical depression. Expects this to become a tropical storm within the next 24 hours. You can see in their latest map here, system located west of the Marianas Islands, and 24-hour forecast showing a slow movement to the west-northwest. Again, expecting this to intensify to a tropical storm now in the next 24 hours. In terms of the computer model forecasts, again, due to the system still in its early stages of development, we expect the computer models to have disagreements and also inconsistencies regarding track. But the main idea here is, again, that cyclone formation is highly likely in this region or in and around the Philippine Sea in the next 3 to 5 days. And in terms of the steering layer, that will, if a system does form, it will probably continue moving westward, but still unknown at this time if it will be a threat for the Philippines in the coming days. Now, as for the Marianas, system is moving away, but it is still bringing scattered thunderstorms and rain showers and even some high waves. In fact, we still have high surf warning all across the Marianas Islands issued by the National Weather Service because of the threat of this developing circulation. Ends our video update for today. Continue to check out the links we have below, especially Pagasa for the latest warnings and forecasts, and also mentioning Project NOAA for the latest radar images and also rainfall forecasts in and around the Philippines, and also Japan Meteorological Agency for the latest official warnings for the tropical cyclones here in the Western Pacific. Stay safe, guys. Bye.